Just putting away my laundry for a quick minute this morning and really just want to talk about how the only thing that's keeping you from where you want to go is yourself at the end of the day. It's your ego, it's your lower self, it's the pendulums that have a hold of your life that are trying to suck your energy out of you. Because basically you're scared, right? Not the case all the time, but usually you're scared to move forward because it's the unknown, right? Like you don't know what's out there, you don't know what's going to happen. So your brain creates all these scenarios, right? All these things that have not happened and probably won't ever happen, but your brain just likes to think about them because that's what it's designed to do, right? Your brain, think back to your ancestral, caveman days, is designed to keep you safe, to keep you alive. And so in order for that to happen, it needs to think of every possible scenario so that way you can be ready for it. But in 2025 in America, we don't have any major things that are coming for our life, So our reptilian brain is not used to seeking out danger of jaguars in the forest, but instead just making up random scenarios that might never happen. You see what I'm saying? Because we're so comforted, we're so babied by this modern world, stuck in a state of trauma-based mind control since we were little. So instead of going all in after your goals, after your future, your mind wants to keep you comfortable. So you will sabotage through your vices, through just sleeping in, through just wasting time, through gooning, through doing any of these things that are, deep down are just wasted. Like you're just not really doing anything. But like I said, the mind is tricky. It wants to keep us in a comfortable, safe spot. So how do we defeat this? How do we kill the ego and transform our thoughts in our mind into reality? I think one of the biggest things for me personally is journaling. I have plenty of journals on my bookshelf that are full, whether it be, taking notes from a YouTube video, reflecting on my day. This is where I like to journal the most. If I just have some thoughts either directly when I wake up in the morning or at the end of my day before I go to bed, or even if I just need a break for a second in the middle of the day, I'll whip out my journal, grab a pen, put my phone to the side, put my laptop to the side, just focus on this pen and paper in my brain and just write about however I'm feeling or whatever I need to work on, things that I need to get done for the day, things that I've been stressing about. And it just makes it easier to see things on a pen and paper, get out of the loop that you have in your head, and instead look at it as an actionable checklist. List out the things that you need to accomplish, list out the things that you need to change, and then make a shift on them slowly, 1% better every single day. Right here, I have a whiteboard, which allows me to basically track what I'm trying to work on for the day. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to achieve in this moment. This present day, I have maybe 2-3 things I need to get done today. And each day I can update that. Each week I can update that. I can track my sales on there. I can track things that are going to, I have this piece of paper. It says master your ego. That's the second thing we should talk about, really. We talked about the journaling, which is one of the key things to, overcoming the ego, to mastering the ego. But the second one, which I have here on this paper on my wall, is meditation. It says meditation is the emptying of the cup that is required to overflow. So if we can slow down and disconnect from all the distractions and all the constant bombarding that we have on our minds at all times through just the world and social media and all these other things, then we can learn to become an observer of our thoughts. And when we are an observer of our thoughts, then we can control the reactions that we have to our thoughts. And when we can do that, then we can control our reality, because the thoughts that we have, when we give them energy, then this literally translates them into real life. It might take time, but the more energy that we give to our thoughts, obviously the quicker they're going to transmute into reality. But basically what I have on this paper, if you can strip the ego of all distractions of anything like that, then we can break it into submission. I think is what I have. Yes, breaking it into submission. Holding stillness with eyes closed is the beginning of dominance over the ego. And when you have dominance over the ego, you really have dominance over self, which is dominance over reality. So obviously that's the goal. Boom. Method 2, intermittent fasting. Not something that I've personally integrated into my life yet. I have done periods of fasting. For example, when I was in Dominican Republic, we fasted for about 24 hours before we had a massive revival. We bussed in probably 20, 30 buses, like 700 people of, I guess they were Dominicans, whatever countries right next to DR, really dark-skinned people. I'm not sure. They speak Creole, Haitians, and they were all bussed into here. We had worship music. We had preachers. We were going around praying for people. It was really just a great time. It was like a giant stadium at the YWAM base in DR. But the time leading up to that, we didn't need anything, right? And I felt like previous to leading up to this, I felt a little weak, just in body. But once we got to the actual event, I felt strong. I felt strong. First of all, I believe this was the Holy Spirit working through me. And I also felt, strong in the spirit. Like I could pray for people and they could feel it. I could feel it. They could feel it type. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool because I believe that was part of the fasting, because instead of eating, I was focused on praying and getting closer to God in that moment. That way I could impact these people who are from this land and I'm from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So fasting definitely had a part of that. And the ego is what keeps us from connecting with God, right? Because our ego is the flesh, is what we would call it in church, which is basically the part of us that likes sin, that loves the world. You know what I mean? So it's, if we can kill that by restricting it something like food, by fasting, then we can more rapidly achieve our goals, whatever they may be. And then method 4 to controlling the ego is making your word completely your law. This is, again, something that I have to work on. We all have to work on this continually until we're to a place that everything that we say is done, basically. Once it's said, it's done. You never go back on your word. If you say you're going to do something, wake up at a certain time, have something done on a certain time, it's done. You already can see it as done, and it's completed because your word is your law. Nothing that you say that comes out of your mouth is untrue, because this builds confidence in yourself. Not only does it build confidence in yourself, but other people have confidence in you because they know that they can trust you, which then builds confidence in yourself. You're saying, oh, if they can trust me, I know I can trust me. It starts with yourself first, but it is a self-reciprocating loop as well. The reality is, I believe that if we can learn these concepts, if we can apply these concepts in everyday life, in every moment throughout our life, then we can improve as men, we can become better, and we can, like I said, more rapidly achieve our goals. We can help people do the same thing and improve their lives, improve and help the people around them, because 99.9% of the people that go through this world, they're not tapped into any of this, bro. They just go through their day, they be working, they go home, chill, eat some food, scroll on their phone, and do the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? No hate to bro, but it's like, that's what they've been conditioned to do. And if we can be the light in the world through self-development, through creating a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, then we can show them a way out to their mundane, boring life that they have to, medicate, unfortunately, or either other way, they're not living the life to the fullest potential that God wants them to live. But first of all, we got to level up ourselves and have the results and have the love to show to people, so that way we can help them do that same thing for themselves. But yeah, do not let your ego hold you back from the places that you want to go. You learn to learn to control your ego, and now you can direct your focus, direct your energy towards the thoughts, towards the actions, towards the habits, which are going to lead you directly to the path of achievement, of success. Obviously, we're going to have hard times, we're going to have struggles, we're going to fall off the path on occasion, but this is not a problem. This is a part of life. These lessons that we're learning, these problems and hard times are lessons that we're learning to catapult us further. My armpits are sweating, bruh. Look, that's how you know this is real, because that's the lifeblood flowing through me. That's how you can feel it, when you have that burning desire in your gut. So it's like, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm about to go over to my fam's house to play some games, my siblings' house. I got these ads to work on. This is gonna come out Monday, so Wednesday is gonna be another funnel video. I'll give you guys another update. And yeah, bro, I got all this deodorant all over me now. I'll talk to you guys soon, though. Peace.